Hello everybody, Alpha Man 1, and I am back. Of course, I don't really need to tell you who I am. Those of you who watch my videos already know that. First things first, some sad news in the YouTube wrestling community. The retirement of Sawman and the Shame, and semi-retirement of D-Jose 101. Now, Sawman and the Shame, you guys, you will be missed. You guys always had great insight into the happenings that were happening. D-Jose 101, I hope you are back sooner rather than later, man. But, believe me, I understand. I'm sorry that I'm... There. Now then. Straight to business. I finally decided to watch the main event of TNA's Victory Road for this year, 2011. And I only watched the main event, all minute and a half of it, and the only thing the only words that were in my head throughout that were, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? That was not a main event. That wasn't even a match. That was a Sting get in the ring and beat up Jeff Hardy real quick and then walk back out again. That wasn't a match. As far as I go, you can't say there was a main event for that. It was weak. Jeff Hardy is a disgrace. He used to be one of the most exciting wrestlers in the business. Now, he's pathetic. Okay? We get it. Fine. You like the marijuana. That's fine. But you know what? It's fucking up your career, man. And I've heard two different stories about what went down that night. One was that Jeff Hardy was either high or drunk beforehand, so there was questions about whether or not they felt he could compete. The other one was that they were concerned about him because he had caught a flu bug or something to that effect. He was sick. Look, the bottom line here is, if TNA really cares about their talent, and especially in this case, Jeff Hardy, if you really want to say that you're concerned that your talent is sick and you don't want him to have to put on too much of a match, well look, if the dude has the flu and he's really that sick, he shouldn't be performing at all. Okay? This is fucking stupid. And I don't believe that he was sick at all. I think he probably was high or drunk or something like that, because that seems about the thing that Jeff Hardy would do at this point. Regardless, that sucked. It sucked, it sucked, it sucked, okay? And if you want to call it, if I had to rate that, I would rate it like a negative 500, because that was the gayest thing I've ever seen. That was worse than the finger poke of doom from the late WCW. Because at least in the finger poke of doom, it was funny. I mean, I got a pretty damn good laugh out of it. Yeah, it was sad and kind of retarded, but I mean, Jeff Hardy walked out. They kind of did the collar to elbow tie up a couple of times. And then Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop, and that's the end of it. What the fuck? This is why I don't watch TNA anymore. Their product is utter dog shit. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And if Dixie Carter had any sense, she would at least get rid of Vince Russo. Because the last time he did anything good for the wrestling business was, let's see, 1998. Yeah, 14 years ago. And even then, some of the stuff he did when he was with the WWE was questionable. He needs to be gone. I have nothing against Eric Bischoff, but I also do have something against Hulk Hogan. This guy, okay, look, there was a time back in the 80s where Hogan was popular. Hogan was the big thing. He was cool. He was fun to watch. That was the 80s. As of about 1993, Hogan should have been done. Now, I'll give WCW credit. The NWO angle, at least at first, was pretty cool. And I liked it. Then it got to the point where, as I've said probably a few times before, everybody and their mother was a member of the NWO, and it was stupid. And the new NWO, when they brought it back with Jeff Jarrett and Bret Hart and whoever else in, like, 2000 or whatever, there was no point in bringing it back. But you see, TNA, there have been a number of people that I know of, including myself, that called the end of TNA, that have said, TNA is going to die. And at this point, that is the case. Why? Because they've brought in all the ingredients to make it happen. And I know there's going to be a bunch of TNA marks out there, TNA fans, that are going, what are you talking about? TNA is just as good as it's ever been. No. 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 Look, they've done what WCW did. Only, it's much messier than WCW. Because when WCW died, who were the main players that killed it? Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, and Hulk Hogan. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll even take Hogan off that list and say Kevin Nash. Because Kevin Nash did more to kill WCW than Hogan ever did. But Bischoff and Russo were... And really, you can even take Bischoff off the list and just say Russo. Because they brought Russo in and he effectively destroyed it. What he started doing when he got to WCW was stupid. He killed it. I'm getting off on WCW here, but look. He's doing the same thing he did there. And pretty soon, I wouldn't be surprised to see him make Eric Bischoff the champion or some stupid thing like that. The bottom line is, TNA is this far from dead right now. And as far as I'm concerned, it's unwatchable. But I just had to get that off. I had to say that. As far as the WWE is concerned, I have to agree with DJose 101, and more so, Sawman and the Shame. The product, the wrestling product in general, has become stale. It's become bad. I mean, look, the only way that I see wrestling really being around for more than a few more years is if it turns itself around big time. And it has to go back to wrestling. Faster paced, better matches. And, you know, there's plenty of talent out there that can do this. I mean, I've watched the AAA wrestling out of Mexico. They put on some damn good matches, some good fast-paced matches, and the Lucha Libre style does that. Now, not everybody is capable of that, but we can do much faster matches. We saw, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a lot faster. Just, I mean, you'll see one move, and then they'll both take 5 minutes to get up, and then another move, and they take another 10 minutes to get up, and then a finisher. And there may be some other little small things that happen in between. But that's the basic gist of the things right now. And look, I'm a wrestling fan and I'm sticking with it. I'm going to stick with this until at least SummerSlam. But if there aren't some huge improvements by SummerSlam, even I may not be doing this anymore. And I do have to say that I may not be reviewing every Raw. You know, if I see things that are worth talking about, then, you know, I'll go ahead and throw it up there. I want to start trying to review SmackDown more, because SmackDown actually has wrestling. You know, if we could have more matches like Triple H Taker. Now let me get into this just for a little bit. It was a fantastic match. And I stand by what I said in the review that DJose, the GR81, and I did of WrestleMania. This is at least a 4-star match. This could have been a 5-star match, but they fucked up the ending. You don't have a guy tap out. Now, you could have that match. Any other pay-per-view, that's a 5-star match. And Boo Boo, I gotta make this comment real quick while I'm thinking of it. Boo Boo, I know you love Edge. He's your god. You'd probably marry him given the chance. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're a huge Edge fan. As big an Edge fan as I am a Shawn Michaels fan. But dude, that was not a 7-star match. Edge and Del Rio was not 7 stars. It was 3 at best. Maybe 3.5 if I'm being nice. But back to Taker and Taker and Triple H. Wow. On any other pay-per-view of the year, that's a 5-star match. And it's a good ending. But for WrestleMania, it's got to be better than that. It's got to be, at the very least, a choke slam. But in reality, it should be either a last ride or a tombstone to end the match. It's simple as that. Yeah, Hell's Gate's all well and good. But, and especially considering Triple H's thing, you're not, I'm going to beat Undertaker or die trying. Well, making him tap out, that just looks retarded. Okay? It does. And I hate saying that about Triple H because I do like Triple H. Now then. I do have to say WrestleMania was a better show than I thought it would be. As I've said, the product needs to turn around, but I'm staying with it at least until SummerSlam. I would also like to go ahead and announce that I've decided that, as I will still be going through all my VHSs and reviewing those, I've decided to start going ahead and I'm going to start reviewing some other things, starting with Royal Rumble. I'm going to review the Royal Rumbles, each one, and then I'm going to give you my picks for the top, we'll start with top 5. I may change that and do top 10, but for the time being, expect it to be the top 5 Royal Rumbles. Once I've finished with the Rumbles, I'll go up to at least 2003, as I'm sure most of us have seen from there on. And I do have to say this. The Royal Rumbles from 2003 on, none of those will make my top 5, simply because I just don't think any of them are as good as the Rumbles we used to have. Now, I thought this year's Rumble was pretty good, but not as good. Also, ACW. There will be 2 episodes of Primetime, hopefully going up soon. And then the next ACW Click Per-View, Sudden Impact. That is our next one. It's supposed to be our March Click Per-View, but you know what? Since I don't currently have another Click Per-View for April, we're going to have to go ahead and throw this one in early April. I may throw in another one later on. And of course, next year is going to be our biggest Click Per-View of the year. And the May Click Per-View for the ACW is always going to be our big one of the year. It's going to be our sort of WrestleMania big, if you will. Or at least I'm going to give it my best shot to try to make it WrestleMania big. Alright, that being said, that's about all I really had to say for today. I hope to have more up soon. I should have my reviews for Royal Rumble 1988 and 89. I have to watch the end of 89 again, and I did. Part of the disc was screwy, so I missed part of it, and I apologize for that, and I'll probably apologize again. But 88 and 89 for the Rumbles should be up soon. I will see you for that, and until then, peace out.